Hi everyone, my name is Brian Vollmer and I am the Tournament Director for the Scotland Junior Golf Invitational. I want to thank everyone for coming to view our informational video about our upcoming event, the 2020 Scotland Junior Golf Invitational. Quick background on myself and my relationship with Scotland. I was a teaching tennis professional for 25 years in St. Louis, and I did not envision my first vacation or trip to Scotland or to Europe to be in Scotland. I envisioned it going over to Paris. A friend of mine and I were going to go play some tennis tournaments that they set up, satellite tours. That fell through, and about 6-8 weeks later, my father asked if I'd like to go over to play golf in Scotland. Well, I was a social golfer at best, and that was not the way I expected to see Europe for the first time. But a college roommate of mine and I went over and absolutely fell in love with the place. The people, the golf, the style of golf, everything about it, and definitely the scenery. It just is a wonderful place, and it's become a great thing for my family and I, and we look forward to sharing it with you all next summer. Getting back into the nuts and bolts, hopefully you have the meeting notes. If you do not, just send me an email and I'll be happy to send those to you. The payment schedule is listed at the very top. Everyone, I believe, has sent in their $500 deposit. Those of you that haven't, we need to get that right away. The rest of the payment schedule, November 1st, we will have a $1,000 payment due. No, January 12th, $1,200, and March 15th will be the final payment of $1,245. As of November 1st, all payments are non-refundable. It is the way that it works over there. We're having to pay our lodging, our airfare, and our golf up front. We will do everything that we can to get someone into your spot and get as much back as we can, but we cannot make any promises whatsoever. For that reason, we strongly encourage you to take out trip insurance. It's very reasonable, especially for young athletes such as yourselves. The company that we've used, there are a number of them out there, and go ahead and research those. But the one that we have used, I have personally, is Travel Guard. You can reach them at travelguard.com. Parent and family options. This tour is about the athletes. We designed it and organized it for the high school athletes to go over there, compete, learn about links golf, and also have a bit of a precursor to their collegiate experience. We try and run these events in a similar manner to a college tournament where you are responsible for making rulings for a lot of things that you may or may not be in your high school experience. The parent and family options, we do encourage and love having parents and family over there. We've had some great experiences with that over the past few years, and look forward to continuing that. The parents and family are welcome to go out on the golf course and follow the athletes around. Great photo opportunities, some fantastic golf. Some of the most beautiful spots you'll ever be, and photos are great. Interaction with the golfers, as long as it does not involve golf, is fine. But parents are not to make rulings. Parents are not to give advice. You are not a caddy. You are a spectator and a parent. So just want to make sure that that's completely clear going in. Additional costs. I'm a parent. The way this whole thing started, my son, born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, desert rat. He and some of the kids that I've coached over the years, they love to just hit that ball high and let it go. Well, about 5 years ago, I'm over in Scotland and the wind's blowing 30 miles an hour. I'm on a guy's trip and I'm thinking, what in the world would my son and his buddies do in these kind of conditions? And I really didn't know how they'd adapt to it. Well, after we finished playing golf, I was introduced by some friends to the junior conveyor at North Barrack. And he and I started talking, and the first thing he said about it was, Brian, these are good athletes. They're excellent ball strikers. They will adapt quickly. And that has been the experience. It's amazing how quickly American golfers have adapted to a different style of golf. You strike the ball clean and it works in wind, in calm conditions, all of that. There are some differences. Their greens and their fairways are much firmer than what we're used to. You do tend to play in some stronger winds over there. They tend to be straight line winds as opposed to gusty and changing winds, which makes it a little bit easier. But make no mistake, it is a new challenge for most of us. So where I was going with that is I am a parent, and I've seen a lot of packages and a lot of things come across for my children, my athletes. And my first question is always, okay, it says it's going to be this much. What's it really going to cost? And what we've done here is try and include everything that we possibly can. The only things that are not included in this package are souvenirs and your lunches. Lunches, you can figure about 10 pounds per day. We have a very good full breakfast every day, and that gets you started. But we're walking a lot of golf, so you're probably going to want at least a little something at lunch. Again, figure 10 pounds. Souvenirs, golf attire, those kind of things. It's similar pricing to what we have here in the U.S. at a pro shop. It's very high quality, very good stuff. On average, we figure $200 to $300 per person. If you want to go crazy, you can spend as much as you want on souvenirs, but you can go over there and come home not having spent any more than $250 and $300 additional dollars. One other additional cost that we cannot include is the luggage fee. We get one free checked bag, and that will be your golf bag. You cannot carry that on. An additional bag on all the airlines that we have used in the past and will be using this year is a cost of $100 each way. That has to be paid at the airport, and that has to be paid by credit card or debit card. We've tried to include it in the fares, and they won't allow us. So, two things. One, you do want to make sure that you have a credit card and are prepared to pay that $100 each way, assuming that you are going to have a checked bag. Which brings us to what we have started doing, and a lot of our athletes have started doing. We are packing the majority of our clothing in a carry-on bag. Maximum size is 22 inches by 14 inches by 9 inches. That's exterior dimensions. That's including any wheels, any handles that are on that piece of luggage. We're able to get most everything in there, and the bulkier items that we cannot fit in there, we then put in with our golf bag. And it's worked out great. I've been over there for 3 and 4 weeks with nothing other than a carry-on. The added benefit to that is we don't move a lot as far as our lodging. We only have to move once, but anytime that we are moving, we are responsible for our own luggage, and this will it'll make it a lot easier on you. You don't have as much bulk to worry about, and some of our rooms are compact. They're very, very nice, but they are a little bit compact, and having less luggage, you're much better off. It's a much more fun way to travel, guys. You can put a lot of nice things in a carry-on and still have plenty of room. The golf travel bag. Please, none of the hard-sided golf travel bags. There are a couple issues. One is weight. They're heavy and they're a pain to move around. More importantly is, again, the size of these things. They just take up so much room and they don't break down at all. I understand wanting to keep our clubs safe. The compromise that we have found, some mountain sports has what they are calling the Club Glider. And we have made available the Club Glider Meridian. It retails for $300. We're able to get it to anyone going on our tour delivered for $225. It has the Scotland logo embroidered on there. It's a very nice piece, and it's very well done. You can see it on our website. So that's about the largest bag that we really want to see. You can find them for $75 to $100 online. Not the Meridian, but a pull travel cover that works out just great. They're not a problem at all. We do have a washer and dryer in North Berwick, and they have one at a cost in St. Andrews as well. If you do need to have some laundry done while we're there, it is available to you. On the flight, while you're on the flight, you want to, again, be comfortable. You want to be prepared. Sometimes the flights will be a little warm, sometimes will be a little cold. I dress comfortably but nice, generally a golf shirt. I'll have on either a pair of jeans or a pair of golf pants or a pair of golf shorts. But in my luggage, I will definitely have a jacket. I will have, if I've got on my golf shorts, I'll also have a pair of sweatpants that I can put on over those shorts just to make sure that I stay comfortable if it gets cool. I also bring a laptop or a tablet, and we'll typically have a couple of movies or shows uploaded on there. It just makes it convenient. All these airlines have entertainment, but in case they don't have screens, some of them are going to that now, some of your airlines, you will have a screen that you can connect to their system and can watch their movies. Should the entertainment system go down on the flight, then you have some things that you have recorded that you can watch as well. As far as acclimating to your flight, we're going to have anywhere from a 5 to an 8 hour time change for our athletes going over there. It is very doable. It's not that difficult to acclimate, and we have a system that works extremely well. On the flight, you need to make sure that you stay very well hydrated. Drink plenty of fluids. They'll serve you dinner. Have a dinner on your overseas portion of the flight. Watch a movie, relax. Again, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Non-caffeine, the caffeine does tend to dehydrate you a little bit. And when you're flying, that tends to dehydrate you. If you keep drinking water, you'll stay hydrated. It'll make your assimilation to the new time zone much easier. After dinner and after a movie, I'll try and relax. I'll close my eyes. I don't always get to sleep. I try to, but I don't worry about it either way. You take a couple hours, just close your eyes, relax, and just take it easy for a while. You will be in much better shape when you get to Scotland the next morning. Next morning, our representatives, myself, my wife, my daughter, and my son, we will meet you at the airport and welcome you to Scotland. We'll get everyone together, and then we will take our private coach to St. Andrews. Once we arrive in St. Andrews, you will be a little bit tired, but you're also going to have some adrenaline going, getting to the home of golf. Go ahead and we'll load everything into our rooms if they're available. If they're not, we will have somewhere to store our luggage, and then we will go on a walking tour of St. Andrews. It is imperative that you don't get there and go to sleep. It's tempting, but if you do that, you wind up having your internal clock all messed up, and trying to get used to it will take you days rather than hours. So our goal that first day is to make sure we have plenty going on, that we can stay awake until we have dinner that night, hang out a little bit with the other athletes, meet everyone, and then go to sleep at a normal hour for where we are. You wake up the next morning and you will be acclimated, you'll be ready to go, and you will be on Scottish time right then. Electricity conversion, they have a different style plug and are on 220. We're on 110. The 110 versus 220 is no longer a big issue for your electronics, for your computers, your cell phones, those type of things. They all have an internal converter that works great. That's not a problem. You will need the plug adapter. What you are looking for, and you can get them on Amazon very inexpensively. I think we got 3 of them for $10 on Amazon. You are looking for going from USA to UK, which stands for United Kingdom. So USA to UK adapter. You do not need to change. You do not need to convert the current. You just need that. I do not recommend bringing hair dryers. We have hair dryers over there. Anything else that you need to plug in, it can be an issue. Your charging banks, no problem. You can charge those over there. They convert or adapt automatically. Passport. This will not be the last time you hear me talk about your passport. Guys, girls, you need to be very careful with your passport. You can have your luggage misplaced. You can have your clubs not arrive on time. You can have a lot of things go wrong and not really affect your trip. Yeah, everything will go smoothly. If you misplace that passport, it's a pain. We know how to do it. We know what to do. But it really is a 2-day process at best, and we really do not want to do that whatsoever. You will miss out on the golf for a couple of days without question. So be very careful with that passport. Know where you're going to keep your passport. If you would prefer that one of our representatives hold on to the passport for you, that's fine. We'd be happy to do that. Currency. Scotland is on the British pound, UK pound. The current conversion rate for that is 1.3 to 1. I'm sorry, guys. I've got a fly that will not leave me alone. It's 1.3 to 1. That means anything that you buy over there, if it costs you 10 British pounds, it in effect is costing you 13 US dollars. The best way to convert money, best way of all, is to pay for everything you can with credit card. MasterCard and Visa is accepted everywhere. Really very, very few exceptions. You will want a couple of pounds just for incidentals, for grabbing the lunch or a snack. Best way to go about that is at an ATM in town at the banks. Those are still free. The ATMs at the airport now are charging a little bit of juice. It's not bad. It may be 10%, but we're talking about small amounts of money. You just don't want to be converting hundreds of dollars over there. There is just no need whatsoever. Again, you're not going to have to spend much money over there anyway. There is no reason at all to get money before you leave from the banks over here. You charge a significant premium to get any money before you go over there. It is much easier and much cheaper to go about it by getting it over there. And we're all more than happy to help you figure that out and make sure that everyone has time to do that the day we arrive. Cell phones. Cell service over there is as good, if not better, than what we have here in the United States. I don't have a problem anywhere. It's good service. What you do need to be sure of is what your provider's plan is for Europe. There are some that it's cost per minute. There are some that you sign up for a week or a month. Most of them have gone to where it's a daily fee, and it usually runs between $10 and $15 per day, and that will get you free calling, free texting, and free Wi-Fi. So that's what we choose to use. You don't need to handle it ahead of time, but you do need to confirm with your provider that that is the system that they have, what the program is. Wi-Fi, everywhere that we're staying has excellent Wi-Fi. That said, everybody's going to come back from golf at the same time. Everybody's going to come back from dinner at the same time, and we have a number of us staying in these units. And if everybody goes on at the same time, it's just like it would be at your house. It will slow down. It will bog down. So try and be patient. Try and look for times that where everybody's not on at the same time, and do anything that you need to online at that point. Calling back to the States, going back just a step, the provider plans, they're good for your phone, are good for both there and for calling back to the United States. So again, check with your provider and they can help you out with that. Wi-Fi, again, good at restaurants, at the golf courses, and at our lodging. Our lodging, where we're staying, in St. Andrews, we're staying at David Russell Apartments. These are the dorms for University of St. Andrews, one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in the world. They're very nice rooms. They're efficient. The best way I can explain it would be they're the equivalent of cruise ship rooms. Very small. The bathrooms are extremely small, but they are efficient. All the athletes do have their own private bed and bath. We stay in one unit. We're all in there together. Obviously, there are girls' floors and boys' floors. There are plenty of chaperones. We're together all the time that we're over there. Lodging in North Barrack. We are staying in private guest homes, which is the equivalent of Airbnb. It's their equivalent of that. These are beautiful old homes. They're located right in the heart of North Barrack. We can walk easily anywhere in town. The shops, the restaurants, the golf courses are all right there. It's just a beautiful little town, and just a lot of fun. We're right on the beach. A lot of the homes do overlook, they'll have some sea views, they'll have golf course views, or they'll have town views. Very, very nice, very high quality, historic old homes. As a matter of fact, when you get over there, when you drive into town, and we'll point this out, I'm sure you'll notice, a lot of the homes, they're big old stone buildings, and they'll look like they have just downspouts everywhere and guttering everywhere. Well, they do. They get their share of rain, but a lot of this is these homes were built before there was indoor plumbing. So to retro these homes, they drill one hole through the stones in the home, and that's where the plumbing will go in and come out of the house, and then they run it down to the city plumbing. It's interesting. It's amazing how they found ways to make all these things work in these big old buildings that don't have any dead space. Anything and everything that we do over in Scotland, we'll be doing it as a team. So you will be traveling with your team. Your team will be traveling with the other teams into town, to the restaurants, to the golf courses, all of these things. It's great fun. If there's anything that you want to do that we haven't done yet, just let either your coach, let any of the chaperones know, let my wife or I know, and we'll do anything we can to make it happen. And if we can't, we'll let you know. But we'll do our best, and we do get a lot done while we're over there. You will be quite busy. So we're going everywhere as a team. Your team will consist of yourself and 7 other players, primarily from your state. Occasionally we'll have hybrid teams. Some of the new states may not be able to field an entire 8-player team. At that point, we'll combine 2 teams. 2 states. Your coach will be a high school coach. There are a couple of reasons for that. One, high school coaches are used to working with players and traveling with players. We've done it all through the season. We get everybody organized, we get them ready to go and load them up and get them to the golf course. The other thing that we found, and other reason that we like using the high school coaches, schools are required to do a lot of background checks and a lot of due diligence when hiring a coach. I know I went through an incredible amount of classes, of training regarding everything to do with being a coach, from CPR to just everything you can imagine, driving and everything else. So that is who we use. Female players, athletes, you will be staying only with female chaperones. Guys, you're going to be with male chaperones. Okay. Do me a favor while we're over there, and this will again be reiterated. Keep in mind, you're part of a large group, and everyone is counting on everyone else to be ready, to be on time, to be prepared. And things will happen. That's why I ask that all of you do your best to get there early. And we'll go over this more and more, much more in the spring. But do your best to get there early. One of the things college coaches talk to me about with events like the Scotland Junior Golf Invitational, it shows a player's ability to travel, stay organized, and be prepared to compete. And a lot of players don't have a way to show that. They can't show that they've done that. The way we're structured, you definitely have that opportunity, and it's something that your college coaches will like to see on a resume. Attire. While we're over there, smart golf attire. Golf shirt, golf pants. We do not generally wear golf shorts over there. You will see some Scots now. That's something that's new within the last 10 to 15 years. Some of the Scots will wear shorts on practice round days. If you'd like to wear a pair of shorts, feel free to do so. They have to be nice golf shorts, obviously. Shirts will remain tucked in. Ladies, golf skirts, fine, not a problem at all. Golf shorts, fine, not a problem at all either. But make sure that you do bring some leggings to wear with them, because we cannot promise you that we're going to have warm weather. And even if the day starts out beautiful, it's not unusual for a squall to come in and cool things down. You want to be prepared. While in town, on the golf course, shirts tucked in. When we go into the clubhouse, hats will need to be removed. Jackets, rain jackets will need to be removed. Those type of things. Most of the courses now allow you to keep on your soft spike shoes. If there is a course that we need to change out of those, we'll make sure and let you know before we go there. And at that point, you'll want to bring along a pair of tennis shoes or a pair of shoes to wear into the clubhouse. Scots tend to be a little more formal than what we're used to over here. And I kind of like that. There are instances where you'll be out in the clubhouse. You'll walk in after playing. You'll have your hat on. It's not uncommon for a Scot to come up to you directly and firmly, say, "Excuse me, you need to remove your hat." May not be a please, may not be a thank you. It's a rule, and they expect you to abide by it. They're very friendly people, but they do have their rules. And they do expect all of us to, and themselves, to abide by them. So just be prepared. Don't sweat it. I've done it. We'll all try and help each other out as well. I've been reminded each of the last 2 years by one of the players that I have forgotten to remove my hat. So that's part of it. Quick story about the rules. I've been a member at North Barrett Golf Club, the West Links, for 5 years now. And several years ago, we have a starter. He just retired, named Sam. Wonderful guy. Just anybody that's played there remembers Sam. And he's starter for the club. And no matter who you are, when you go out, you will have gone through Sam. Well, back when the Open was last held at Muirfield, which would have been 2013, North Barrack has a big following these days, and a lot of the pros come out to play. Bubba Watson came out with his caddy and a friend to play North Barrack, and he's on the first tee. Well, Scotland, it's changed a little bit, but in general, you have the members' tees and you have the tournament tees. The tournament tees are your far back tees, and they generally are used only in events. You're not allowed to go back there like you would at our club and play whatever tees you would like. You're expected to play the members' tees. Well, Bubba was out there getting ready to play, and he's standing on the first tee back at the tournament tees. And Sam came out, welcomed everyone. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have you at North Barrack West Links. We hope you'll enjoy your day. Today we will be playing from the members' tees. And Bubba's back there at the back tee swinging away, and he says, "Sir, we'll have to be playing the members' tees." He says, "No, I understand. I'd really rather play back here." Sam says, "Sir, if you're playing on our course today, you will be playing the members' tees." And Bubba smiled and moved on up, understood that was the rule, and very graciously moved up to the members' tees and went out and played. It's just the way they are. They have their rules, and everyone is expected to abide by them. I really enjoy it. I like it a lot. Going to one additional rule that I want to touch on right now, cell phones in the clubhouse. A lot of the clubhouses are allowing you to text and search things on your cell phone. I'd like us to try and avoid that as much as we can. If you do need to make a phone call, they do ask that you leave the clubhouse and either go down. A lot of them will have an area that you can make calls, or just go out the front door and do that. Just be very respectful. Remember, we are their guests, and we are representing American golfers, high school, and your state. Dinners, the food. We'll start with breakfast. Breakfasts over in Scotland are fantastic. A full Scottish breakfast consists of generally fried eggs, sausage. Their bacon is really similar to Canadian bacon. It's more, you'll feel like it's more like ham than our bacon. If you say streaky bacon, that's more like our bacon. They'll have generally roasted tomato. They may have some baked beans. They'll also have haggis and blood pudding. It's not for everybody. It actually, they are quite good. They're very similar to our sausage. It's just a little different than what we're used to texture-wise. I'd love for all you guys to try it, but I'm not going to lean on you. That's up to you, personal preference. But it is the haggis. That is their national dish. They have the sausage that they'll have for breakfast, but when they have a formal dinner, similar to a wedding, a formal dinner of any type, where we a lot of times would be serving prime rib or something along those lines, they'll be serving haggis prepared in the traditional way. It's a Scottish national dish. It is their thing. So, going on to lunches. Lunches are typically sandwiches, those type of things. Dinners. In 1990, the first year that I went over to Scotland, I had been warned about the food, and everybody said it's really not great. Well, I got over there the first day. We got off the plane. We played 36 holes of golf. We went to a pub, and we're getting ready to order, and I'm expecting the worst. Well, I look on the menu, and they have prawn cocktail. I'm like, this is fantastic. I couldn't be happier. We're right on the ocean. I bet it's fresh. Prawns, nice big prawns. That'll be beautiful. So I order it. And it comes to the table a few minutes later, and the prawns are the size of my little fingernail. They are swimming in a Thousand Island type dressing, or a French dressing, and they are sitting in a head of lettuce the inside of iceberg lettuce that is white in color. No green to it, no chlorophyll, nothing in there at all. And that's what it's sitting in. It wasn't great. The rest of the week went that way. Well, the food now is not even similar to that. It has become fantastic. The places that we're eating, the dinners are varied. They're excellent. The fish and chips is still one of the things that I eat more than anything while I'm over there. Their burgers, depending on the place, some of the burgers are wonderful. They have very good pork, very good chicken. Like I said, a lot of pastas, vegetarian dishes everywhere we go. It's good quality food, tasty and varied. It's really a nice, pleasant upgrade. Snacks, while you're on the golf course, I use the trail mix from Costco. They don't have halfway houses. They don't have cart girls or cart guys. They just have golf. So you want to have a water bottle with you, and I always throw in some trail mix. It gets me through the round, no problem at all. Okay, now going to one of the big questions that we always get, the weather, what to expect. And I can tell you what the averages are. I can tell you what the weather channels will say, all of these kind of things. You've all heard, oh, it's rainy. Oh, it's brutally windy. It rains all the time. Well, I'm here to tell you that's exaggerated. My Scottish friends, I give them trouble all the time. I think that they do a little of that to keep some of the tourism down. Yes, you do get some rain over there. Yes, it can be windy. Yes, it can be blustery. Yes, you do want to have a rain suit without question. You want to have rain gloves without question to be prepared. One of the sweetest sounds to me is when everybody's getting on the planes to go home and I get complaints about how they spent money on a good rain suit and rain gloves and they never took it out of their bag. It's happened quite a bit. It can. You just don't know. When you do leave, you have to make sure, leave to go play golf. You have to make sure that you have your rain suit with you, that you have your rain gloves with you. All of these things are important. You dress in layers because you just don't know what to expect. It could be 65 degrees, not a cloud in the sky when you leave your lodging. You get to the golf course, you go out there, and within 3 holes, a squall's coming in off of the sea, and it's rain coming in sideways. You're cold, you're wet, you're uncomfortable, and you can't hang on to the golf club. We don't want to do that. You'll keep getting reminded. On a good rule of thumb, you can figure our highs are going to be somewhere from the upper 50s to the mid 70s. Winds, a calm day is generally a 1 club wind. Ideal day is a 2 club wind. And I say that because these courses tend to be short, and playing in a 2 club wind is just enough to make you really think, but not enough to punish you severely. The severely punishing days, they're there. And, it's kind of fun to have at least one of those while you're over there, where you're really having to battle. And a lot of times the easier play is to be going into the wind when it's blowing 25, 35 miles an hour. When you're going into the wind, you can stop it. When you're going downwind, you might have a 320-yard hole. You might hit 5-iron and be over the green. It requires a lot of thought, some planning, and we'll figure it out when we get over there. You'll have enough practice rounds that you'll get a feel for how balls run out. It's part of the fun of Scottish Links golf. Our packing list. I have a good packing list on your meeting notes for you. Take a look at that. You can customize it however you would like. You don't need to or want to bring a ton more than this. The more you bring, the more you're having to carry, the more you're having to lug around, and the bigger headache it is. Don't. Be efficient. This isn't a style contest. This is golf. And bring nice things. You will be supplied with 2 golf shirts and a golf jacket. We will go over what our uniform bottoms will be when we get a little bit closer to the tournament. Go through the list that we have here. Waterproof rain suit is imperative. You have to go waterproof. Best way to tell that is generally if you take a look on the inside, any seams that you will see, there will be about the width of a piece of Scotch tape running down there that prevents those seams from leaking. If you see that, you've got a good idea that these are waterproof jackets and pants. Jacket and pants, bring both. You hopefully won't need them, and I'd love for you to be complaining to me when you go home, but there is a good chance that we'll have 1, maybe 2 days that we do get some rain. We'll get a squall or 2. Hopefully we don't have any all-day rains, but we have in the past, and we need to be prepared for it. Over there, they play. It's sandy soil. It drains very well. I have yet to play a day over there that they have closed the golf courses. It happens, but not very often. What my family and I have started doing, what we call our uniform, as far as what to wear when we go out to play golf over there. Very simple, it's very effective, and it works so well for Scotland. When it does warm up, you still do have a breeze off of the ocean. You're going to be fine. So what we wear in the morning, assuming it's a normal day, I'll put on a lightweight Under Armour or the equivalent form shirt. I'll put on my golf shirt. I'll wear a pair of golf pants. I'll make sure I bring a jacket or a sweater, and I will have my golf rain suit in my golf bag. That will get me through pretty much any day that we're going to have over there. You're prepared. If it warms up, you have your moisture wicking Under Armour that will help keep you cool. If there's a squall that comes in, that Under Armour helps to cut the wind. It'll keep you warmer. The other thing that it does do is it allows you to wear your golf shirt more than one day. You're wearing a shirt underneath, it stays fairly cool. You're not going to get it that dirty that you won't be able to wear it again. If you can avoid doing the laundry over there, you'd like to. We're going to be busy. There are things that you're going to want to be doing rather than doing laundry. So that's our uniform. That's pretty much what we wear. If it's a colder day, I put on the list to make sure and bring 1 pair of the slacks, the long underwear for the bottoms, and heavier weight Under Armour for the top. Unlikely that you're going to need it, but throw it in there just in case we do have a rougher day. So now to the fun part, the courses that we're going to be playing. Courses that we have confirmed, there is a possibility of a change here and there. What I have confirmed and assured, we will be playing at St. Andrews. We will be playing at North Berwick West Links. We will be playing at Carnoustie. We will be playing at the Glen. Dunbar and Gullen, the girls are confirmed at Gullen. Dunbar, we're working on confirming. The boys are confirmed at Panmure. Guys, these are the best links golf courses in the world. Everything we're playing is top 100 in the world. They are spectacular. When we're up in Fife, which is St. Andrews, most of those courses, you may not be on the sea. You may not have views of the sea all the time while we're there, but we're playing at St. Andrews. We're playing at Carnoustie. We're playing at a lot of the named courses. They're wonderful. Great links golf courses. Once we move down to North Berwick, which is in East Lothian, all the courses that we play down there, we are on the sea. You have views on almost every hole. Going there are a couple of holes that you're not exactly seaside, but they're definitely true links golf holes. And you do spend the majority of your time with great views of the sea. North Barrack, every hole, you're within 200 yards of the sea. Dunbar, same way. The Glen, we're up on the bluffs a little bit, but the views are absolutely spectacular. Views out to the Firth of Forth, which is basically a bay of the North Sea. They're just spectacular golf courses. They're great fun. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of other questions that you all will have. Don't hesitate. Call, text, email me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you do have. I love Scotland. I love talking Scottish golf. This event has become something we just never really anticipated. It's become such a neat thing. There are, what you will find, and anyone that's gone on this tour before, if you talk to them, you'll find we tell you this and we go over the itinerary, and when we get closer, we'll get a more specific itinerary. We deliver more when we get over there. We do more than we ever say we're going to do. You will have just a great time. You're spending 10 days with like-minded golfers or like-minded athletes, talking golf, playing golf, traveling, going through towns, learning history, and just experiencing Scotland. It's the home of golf. It's where it all started. The members are proud as they can be of their golf courses, and they should be. Guys, I can't wait to meet more of you in person. My goal is to get to as many sites as I can this winter and this spring, to meet as many of you as I can in person beforehand. We will definitely have several other meetings. We will have live get-togethers as well. Again, don't hesitate. Please do give me a call, give me a text, give me an email, and I'll be happy to take care of anything that you need. It's my pleasure. Thanks again, and I look forward to talking to everyone. Bye.